Welcome back, everybody. We're very excited. I'm very excited for this beer. We're here doing our Arizona Craft Beer Awards and Festival beer reviews. I'm Johan, marketing director. This is Matt. He's our digital director. We're very excited. I'm very excited.
I know he's excited. I'm going to take notes because I don't know a whole lot about this beer or this style. So you take it away, and I'm going to take notes here.
I'm gonna do my best here. So this is the OHSO Cryptnosis Stroopwafel from their Ales From The Crypt lineup of barrel-aged beers.
Awesome lineup.
Awesome lineup. They've done all kinds of crazy things.
Grind,
we have
Knights
like
of Windsor.
Tequero, which is like a Mexican chocolate stout with, aged in mezcal and whiskey and bourbon barrels. Like they do all kinds of crazy stuff. Big shout out to Brody, who's their barrel program manager out there. He has really turned that brewery into a powerhouse of barrel-aged beers, probably the best in the state, if I do say so myself. They just do a lot of great stuff. So this particular one is the Cryptnosis, which is an Imperial Stout Stroopwafel edition. So a Stroopwafel is if I remember correctly, it's from the Netherlands. It's kind of this thin waffle pastry with like a filling in the middle. It's very typical out in the Netherlands, and so this particular one, I'm going to read this off because it's fascinating. Finished on caramel and dark chocolate, 33% aged in wheat wine barrels in Colorado bourbon, if I have that right. 17% aged in rye wine in 13 year 1792 bourbon. 17% barley wine in. It's 33% wheat wine aged in Colorado bourbon. 17% rye wine in 13-year 1792 bourbon. 17% barley wine aged in Woodford bourbon. 17% barley wine in bourbon finished sherry, and 17% rye wine in 6-year and 6-month rum finished Templeton rye. So we're just talking banana pants.
It's a mixture of fun.
It's so many things going on. This thing is 16.8% ABV. We're talking about easily one of the highest ABV beers I've ever had. Probably the biggest is the 120 Minute IPA from Dogfish Head. This is probably easily up there and like within the
So they
top
did
5.
Moulin Bruges, a barley wine. It was kind of mixed. It was aged for about 32 months, if I remember right, and it came in a little bit over 18%. That was the strongest beer I think I had ever had, but it was so smooth and so good. My favorite beer of the year. All right, so you opened up that can.
So interesting thing.
They're giving you your money's worth because that is full
it's
to
full,
the lid.
And here's another thing. When you get these kinds of beers on your hands, they're going to get sticky.
For sure.
Super sticky really quickly because this stuff is just chock full of sugar and it's banana. And it's not even that carbonated. Like there was no, sound when I opened it. My hand's already super sticky.
That's right. The cleaning crew will come in later tonight,
it's just really good. I'm very excited about this. So we're gonna pour a little bit here. It pours. This is mostly barley wine, rye wine, wheat wine. It doesn't pour like a beer. Not a whole lot of carbonation, but a whole lot of delicious flavor.
I'm gonna go a little pour like that because I know how strong this one is, and we're still kind of in the middle of the day recording these.
So when you smell it, there's so much going on, right? It's just a lot of malt, a lot of that kind of sugary, almost molasses sort of. You could smell the barley wine, like it's a distinct, very sweet and boozy sort of.
Very boozy, very bourbon, barrel aged. You can tell if anyone's a fan of the Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout. That's very reminiscent of that, at least on the smell.
But it's a mixture, right? You have wheat wine, you have rye wine, you have barley wine. It's a lot of different grains going on.
So is that what the Stroopwafel I get? So I get a lot of chocolate on the front, and then toffee right on the back. On the back.
So Stroopwafels, there are all kinds of different Stroopwafels.
Yeah.
They fill them. They do them with all kinds of different fillings and all kinds of different things. Caramel and chocolate is the one that is basically the flavor profile that they went for here. But tell me if you don't taste the alcohol in it at all.
You know, not really. Like
right? Like it doesn't.
The boozy, you can smell it because I'm familiar with, and we both have really advanced palates, if you will.
That's a lot.
We're not like beer judgy kind of people, but we've had enough to know where we can know the flavors and the smells and stuff, and it remind like we talked about on a previous episode. The nostalgia, you referred to your Disney Plus nostalgia, your Disney nostalgia. There's a lot of beer nostalgia in drinking, and you find a style or a beer that's similar to what you've had, and it brings you back to, you recognize that right away. But you're right. The booze is very, very hidden.
I mean, when you're drinking it, you couldn't guess it's 16, almost 17% alcohol.
This one, have this on for dessert with some pie or maybe some ice cream.
Like a pecan
I don't
pie.
think ice cream really goes with beer.
No, but this, I mean,
maybe I'm just weird, but I don't think it ever goes with beer.
This is the kind of beer that I would drink at, around a campfire out in the woods.
Sure.
This is the kind of beer I would drink on a cold night. Sitting out by a fire or sitting inside on a rainy night. During the summer, less inclined to go after something like this
because it's warm up, and you have to sip it slow.
Yep, you do.
You definitely can't have this outside past February, probably.
Yeah, I mean it's just it's one of the reasons why these kinds of beers tend to be sort of seasonal, winter season type of beers, because they just go down easier when it's hot, when it's cold out. When it's hot out, I don't know about you, but I find myself reaching more for, something a little fruitier, something a little lighter, wheat.
I can't stand lagers or pilsners, but I reach for those lagers and pilsners when it's hot out.
Yeah, but even your IPAs and stuff, the more refreshing ones, that's typically what we drink during the summer, but This one on a cold winter night, I could drink it any day.
The can says, so they have a variant of it too. I'd have to look into this one on the red label. It's got the exact same kind of mix that you mentioned before,
but it doesn't have the chocolate and the caramel.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what sets it aside.
So they've been doing really great. They've been doing Ales from the Crypt for now several years, but this one. Recently, in the last year or two, they've been starting to do variants of stuff. So like Bananarchy, they brewed it with peanut butter this year.
That one was
awesome.
So good.
That was so good.
Yep.
And you mentioned the Tequiro, the Mexican chocolate stout, also barrel aged. There's two different variants of it. So there's one that's a Mexican mocha variant. So really cool stuff. And that Tequiro is March. This Cryptnosis was February. I know Bananarchy is November, right before. Usually they have done it on like Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They did it the week before this year. And have you ever gone to one of those? There's a line waiting for OHSO to open at 9 a.m. There was about 50. I was one of the people in line this year, but there was about 50 people, and you have to because those variants sold out.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely highly sought after by the beer community out here. The Gilbert location is really the one where they do most of their barrel aging. So that's kind of where the epicenter of all their barrel age program. Obviously, all OHSO locations are great for brunch, great for dogs, great for. Just a good time at a good beer garden. But that Gilbert location, which happens to just be a couple miles from my house,
there you go.
Has that's kind of where all the magic happens.
Have you seen what they've been doing? They're building up like a big,
huge patio,
outdoor park kind of style.
Yeah, I forget what they're calling it, but it's like it's a grass area with a stage and another bar outside and all this. It's a huge outdoor area, and then they got by the Gilbert location. It looks like it's going to be really, really cool. I'm definitely excited.
From what I could tell on their press release was they're using maybe some shipping containers as that bar, like you see in downtown Phoenix at Arizona Wilderness's beer garden area.
For sure.
That's a cool setup.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have that in Gilbert, and probably gonna end up doing some sort of event with them there. I know I want to, so you'll have to look out for that.
I want the invite.
But speaking of events, we have a great event coming up in October of this year. October 22nd, the Arizona Craft Beer Awards and Festival. We are very excited to be holding that at the Heritage at Sportsman's Park, which is basically the State Farm Stadium out in Glendale. One of their lawns there, they fenced it in, turned it into a really cool event venue. So we're going to hold our beer festival out there. Again, that's October 22nd from noon to 5. It's going to be a good time. A ton of breweries out there. We're working closely with the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild. We're going to do a whole award system with judging and make it a really cool celebration of all of Arizona's best beers. And so you'll have to check us out. If you're not watching on Instagram, you'll have to check us out on Instagram at ACBA Fest. And you'll have to check out our website at azcraftbeer.com. We'll be updating that as more details come. So super excited. Definitely hoping that OHSO will be there. In October, they might already start having some of these beers available.
Yeah,
if not,
so they were out at Strong Beer Fest, and it was right in the middle. It was February, so it was right in the middle of when they do all their ales from the crypt. They start in November.
Yeah.
They come out with Morning Grind in December,
Yeah.
Knights of Windsor, I think, in January, and then Cryptnosis. So this one is the original one. And then, obviously, we've been reviewing the Stroopwafel version, like you said.
Super crazy beer art, or can art, if you could see it in the shot there.
Yes.
They have all kinds of crazy can art between the skull kind of death ray zapping some dude. They have this Taquero. It's got this crazy bull, like a zombie bull.
Is that what he's doing? He's got a Joker up his sleeve, too.
Does he? It's pretty crazy, but I love it. I love everything about these, the creativity that's going into some of the can art these days.
Yeah,
between what they're doing, between what Goldwater's doing. This Helton Brewing one is kind of fun, too.
Absolutely.
There's all kinds of cool stuff going on, so... Yeah, man.
So
gotta love Arizona
Craft
beer
Awards and Festival. Not
right.
only awarding the best beers that are brewed, we're also going to have some fun categories. Can art is something I've been pitching. Fun can or beer name is another one I've been pitching.
Totally.
Those are really, really make the brewery experience that much more fun.
For sure.
If you have to go in and say, I want to order, and then it's some goofy name beer or whatever, it makes it even fun. There was a drink that I had the other day. It was called Wake Me Up, F Me Up. So if you and I know there's some beers out there kind of a similar name. That just makes it more fun because these breweries not only creative in their brewing process, who combining all of these style of bourbon barrel aged or rye barrel aged and rum barrel aged stuff together, but also coming up with the creative process and the name and the can art.
Definitely.
It's a whole experience.
Definitely. Well, we are very excited to be celebrating that whole experience at the beer festival.
Absolutely. October 22nd. October 22nd. azcraftbeer.com. Follow us on Instagram, ACBA Fest, and videos on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you consume your content, and on the podcast.
That's right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you are able to go out and get yourself a can of this stuff if you can find it, and enjoy your next beer, and we'll see you at the beer festival.